Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived an old lady who was known by everyone for her kindness, wisdom, and constant happiness. No matter the situation, she always wore a gentle smile on her face. The villagers loved and respected her deeply, often coming to her not only for advice but also to share their worries and burdens. Her calm presence brought comfort to many. She seemed to carry a quiet strength that helped others feel at peace. Despite her age, her heart was full of warmth, and her joyful spirit touched the lives of everyone around her. One day, a young man from the village approached the old lady with a curious question. He had always noticed how cheerful she was, no matter what happened. With a puzzled look, he asked, "Why are you always happy? Don't you ever feel sad when things go wrong?" He couldn't understand how someone could remain so positive all the time. The old lady smiled gently and replied, "My dear, life is full of ups and downs. Some days are good and some are bad, but I've learned that true happiness comes from within, not from what happens around us." She explained that while we cannot control everything in life, we can control how we respond. Instead of letting bad moments steal her joy, she chooses to focus on the good. Her happiness isn't based on perfect circumstances but on a peaceful mindset. Her words were simple, yet they carried deep wisdom that the young man had never considered before. With a calm voice, the old lady began to share a story from her past. "When I was young," she said, "I had a loving family, a husband and children. We didn't have much, but we were happy. Then, one day, my husband fell seriously ill. We didn't have enough money to buy the medicine he needed. We tried everything we could, but in the end, he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried for days and thought I would never smile again." She paused for a moment before continuing. "But as time went on, I realized something important. Staying sad wouldn't bring him back. My children still needed me, and I had to be strong for them. I started to see life in a new way. I understood that pain is a part of life, but it doesn't have to take away all the joy. I decided I wouldn't let sorrow rule my heart forever." Her story was filled with pain, but also with hope. Through her loss, she had found strength, and through her grief, she had discovered a deeper kind of happiness, one that doesn't depend on perfect moments, but on how we choose to live. From her painful experience, the old lady learned an important lesson: sadness cannot change the past. She realized that if she stayed trapped in sorrow, she would lose the chance to enjoy the present and care for her children. Instead of focusing on what she had lost, she chose to find meaning in what remained. She discovered that happiness is not about avoiding pain, but about rising above it. By changing her perspective, she began to appreciate the small moments in life. Her decision to move forward with hope and gratitude became the turning point that restored joy to her heart. The old lady explained that each morning she made a simple choice to find something to be happy about. Some days were harder than others, but she always looked for small blessings. It could be the warmth of the sun, a blooming flower, or a friendly smile from a neighbor. She believed that there is always something to appreciate, no matter how difficult life may seem. By focusing on the positive even in tough times, she kept her spirit strong. Her attitude wasn't about ignoring problems, but about choosing gratitude and joy one day at a time. When the young man asked how she stayed happy during truly hard times, the old lady replied, "It's not easy, but I remind myself that everything passes, even the bad times." She explained that during moments of pain or loss, she focuses on what she still has: her health, her friends, or simply the fact that she is alive. By shifting her focus to the good things, she finds strength to move forward. She believes that while we can't avoid hardships, we can choose how we respond to them, with hope, resilience, and the belief that better days will come. The old lady gently explained that happiness is a choice. We can choose to focus on what's wrong and feel sad, or we can look for the good and feel grateful. It's not always easy, but it's always possible. She believes that even in the darkest times, there is something to appreciate. A kind word, a moment of peace, or a small act of kindness. By choosing to see the light instead of the darkness, we take control of our happiness. Her words helped the young man understand that true joy doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. The young man took the old lady's advice to heart and began practicing her wisdom every day. Over time, he noticed his life improving, even when faced with challenges. Inspired by his change, more villagers started to listen to the old lady's story. Slowly, the message spread throughout the entire village, helping many people understand that happiness comes from within. The village became a warmer, more positive place as people learned to appreciate life's small joys. Thanks to the old lady's teachings, the whole community grew stronger and happier together. The old lady's story carried a powerful message. Happiness comes from within, no matter how difficult life may be. She taught that life is full of challenges, but by focusing on the good and choosing a positive attitude, we can find joy even in tough times. True happiness isn't about having perfect circumstances. It's about how we see and respond to life. This lesson inspired many in the village to live with gratitude and hope. In the end, the secret to lasting happiness is a choice we make every day, to embrace life's small blessings and stay strong through hardships.